Bosses are an important part of mostly every video game. Not just Mario games, I mean a lot of video games. But in this video, we're just going to be talking about what the best boss is in every mainline Mario game. Mainline meaning no spin-offs like Mario Kart, just games like New Super Mario Bros. I haven't played some mainline Mario games, I know, shocker. So I'm just going to skip over those, so just a little disclaimer. And also, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you can get notified whenever I upload. Now, let's get into it. First things first, we're gonna skip over the original Super Mario Bros. Mainly because there's only one boss, Bowser. So unless this video is about fighting Bowser, which it's not, we're gonna skip over this game, and this also goes for Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. Now let's get into the first game that we're actually gonna talk about today, Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. The first Mario game to have different bosses. The bosses are Meowser, Triclide, Fry Guy, Claw Grip, the Mascate, and Wart. For me, Wart is my absolute favorite out of this game because most boss battles in this game you just throw mushroom blocks to defeat the boss. But with Wart you have a special machine called a Dream Machine that shoots out vegetables whenever Wart's mouth is open. Throw the vegetable in his mouth to get a hit. I like this one better than any other boss battle because it's different than all the others. The others just have you hit it 3 times and that's all. With this boss battle, you have to get a vegetable and time it right when Wart's mouth is open, and he takes more than 3 hits. This just adds a little bit more challenge compared to all the other boss battles where you just throw vegetables and that'll be the end of it. And it also shows kids that vegetables are bad for them. I've never played Super Mario Land, so I don't know who's the best boss in there, and I'll also play like 5 minutes of Super Mario Land 2, so if you want to comment down below what's the best boss in those games, feel free to. Next is Super Mario Bros. 3, the first game that introduced us to the Koopalings, and it also introduces us to Boom Boom. While you do fight all the Koopalings in each world and even Bowser at the end, my favorite has to be Wendy Koopa. Wendy throws rings around the stage and you have to dodge them while also trying to get to Wendy to hit her. She can shoot up to 3 rings. While the Bowser fight is significantly harder, I wanted to go with one of the Koopalings because first off, almost every game on this list you have to fight Bowser at the end, and I didn't want to just choose Bowser for every single one of them, so I chose one of the Koopalings. The Wendy fight can get hard at times because you are trying to dodge the rings and whatnot. It may look easy at first glance because the rings look small and you can easily dodge them, but it's not like that when you're actually playing, trust me, and that's what makes it fun. Or unless I just suck at games, which may actually be the reason. Next is my favorite to the Mario game, Super Mario World. The Koopalings do appear again in this game, but there are 2 other bosses that are new, Reznor and the Big Boo. My favorite boss is the Big Boo. Being the Boo that he is, he will disappear then reappear at random times. In order to defeat him, you pick up the blocks that you're standing on and throw them at him when he appears. But be careful because you can run out of blocks and literally have no floor. Just taking away the floor yourself and him disappearing and appearing again is actually a challenge, at least for me. It may be a well-known move now considering that the Boos use this move in every Mario game they appear in, but of course with this one being the boss, Nintendo had to make him disappear and reappear in a totally different spot, which definitely messes up your game plan that you have for this boss. Seriously, if you had a game plan for this boss, just get rid of it because 90% of the time it won't work. Now on with the 3D games, let's start with Super Mario 64, the classic. This game has a ton of bosses to love, Big Bob-omb, Womp King, Wiggler, you name it. But my favorite boss in this game is the I-Rock that you fight in Shifting Sandland. It's like fighting 2 bosses at the same time. In order to beat this boss, hit the eyeballs on the hands, but this is literally easier said than done. You have to dodge all of their attacks. And you're also above quicksand, so if you fall, it's over. And the way to get there is annoying. Luckily, the game is generous enough that if you die, you spawn right by the boss. Even though Shifting Sandland is literally the devil, the boss is challenging and fun, and you barely get that in Mario games now. Now is Super Mario Sunshine's turn. Since this game takes place on a tropical island, there's a lot of interesting bosses throughout the game. Although my favorite boss in the game is the Mecha Bowser fight. I will admit when I first played this boss it was really hard, but around the 20th time I died, it actually started to become fun. Mainly because I knew Mecha Bowser's strategy. But the main reason I like this boss is because, you probably guessed it, it's way different from all the others. Riding on a roller coaster while catching little missiles to blast and Mecha Bowser was fun to me. A Mario game has never done that before and still hasn't, but Nintendo is an idea for a future Mario game. Next is New Super Mario Bros. DS. This is my favorite New Super Mario Bros. Out of them all because this is the only New Super Mario Bros. To not use the Koopalings as all the bosses, well except for Bowser Jr. But my favorite is Lack of Thunder. It's literally a different Lakitu, but meaner and wears neat sunglasses. What more could you want? It's another one of those timing boss battles where you have to wait for something in order to hit the boss, where in this one you have to wait for him to swoop under you to jump on him and get a hit. Very interesting character, and I'm surprised I haven't seen him in literally any other Mario game. Next is the best Wii game in my opinion, Super Mario Galaxy. Being a totally different game than any other game in this list, considering the gravity, there are of course a lot of different and original bosses in this game. But for this game, I will choose the King Fin boss battle. This boss is challenging at times, like running out of breath because you're underwater for the most of it, but it is interesting and fun because it's actually fun to try and aim and throw the shells at King Fin while he's swimming away fast. And also almost running out of breath while you're deep in the water will have your heart racing, which makes it even more fun. Next is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I know last time I did a video like this, I said I haven't played this game, but I got a chance to play it recently and I actually really enjoyed it. This is a new Super Mario Bros. Game that started the trend of having to fight the Koopalings in every castle. But I will say that Iggy Koopa is my favorite in this game, more specifically when you fight him in the last castle in World 6. Iggy will bring out the big chain chomp, and also Iggy is on the moving platform, so the fight is definitely challenging and fun. It will make you cry out of anger at one point because of how hard it was, or I'm once again just bad at games. Next is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now don't at me, but I've never played Super Mario Galaxy 2. I probably know what you're gonna say. Nario, you had the audacity to play New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but didn't want to play Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm literally gonna unsubscribe from your channel and block you on every single social media ever to exist. Don't worry, y'all, I will eventually play it, but I know at least half of you guys have played it, so if you have, consider putting what your favorite boss is in the comments. Next is Super Mario 3D Land. Usually the bosses are just Bowser, Boom Boom, and Pom Pom. And I will say that this is the debut of Pom Pom. Even though there are really 3 bosses, I will choose Pom Pom because she is different from the other 2. With her throwing multiple boomerangs and also her shell going up and down is much different from Boom Boom. Next is New Super Mario Bros. 2, which is another game I've never played. Which wouldn't even matter because you just fight the Koopalings anyway. Also, Reznor from Super Mario World returns in this game. Speaking of New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. U is next, which once again uses the Koopalings as a boss. So for this one, I will say it is windy again. They changed it up this time. You're on ice and Wendy is ice skating and jumping all around, and there's icicles on top. You could be saying, Nario, you could literally defeat her in 10 seconds. Have you forgotten that I suck at video games? And now for Super Mario 3D World. A lot of different and interesting boss, and what makes it better is that we get a break from fighting the Koopalings. With Boom Boom and Pom Pom returning again, we also get a lot of new bosses, but my favorite boss is the Histocrat family. If it's your first time playing, it'll definitely help you get used to the catsuit, even though you're already far enough into the game. And during the second time you fight Histocrat, you fight the Queen Histocrat that time, and during the boss blitz, you fight both of them at the same time. It's so fun and fun to go back to every once in a while. And it kind of reminds me of the iRock battle from Mario 64. Now for my favorite game ever, Super Mario Odyssey. Being an open world game, there are numerous bosses you fight, and I'm not just talking about the brutals. Each kingdom has its own unique boss, but my personal favorite is the dragon from the Ruin Kingdom. When I first played this boss, I was amazed about how good it looked, especially with the electricity. Cappy is definitely in charge of this battle, as all Mario do is run and jump, while Cappy unlocks the keys on top of him. It's definitely fun to go back and try to speedrun this level as well. And that will be all for this video. If you're wondering where Bowser's Fury is, well, except for Boom Boom and Pom Pom, all you do is fight Furry Bowser, so it's not really worthy to talk about in this video, although it is a phenomenal game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you can get notified whenever I upload. And consider following all my socials that are on screen right now so you can keep up with me. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.